Welcome to OMD TV and podcast show, the place to be to grow and scale your practice. Through our shows, we'll give our audience the incredible opportunity to listen to many of our successful stories in the industry, including the best strategy and tips that these successes have used to generate new patient income and profit. Today we have a special guest on our show, Ms Christy Xuan from Lumiere Beauty Clinic. Christy is actually the owner and also managing director of Lumiere Beauty Clinic. And today we're going to discuss about a topic which is very interesting, which is about how to grow a startup clinic fast. And Christy founded Lumiere Beauty Clinic around 3 years ago and has been growing incredibly well. And she now has over 20 staff, including doctor, surgeon, and beauty therapists. And she actually considering adding more new location to her clinic. And the clinic has been growing for more than 100% last year. And she even considering establishing franchising model. So very exciting story to share with you today. Welcome, Christy.
Yeah, thank you, Christy, for joining us today and sharing your story with the OMD audience. I know that they're going to get a lot of valuable information from your story. Now, we know you, obviously, from our interactions with you, but could you tell our audience a little bit more about you and how and the Lumiere Beauty Clinic?
Sure. First of all, thank you guys for having me today. So my name is Christy. I'm the managing director for the Lumiere Cosmetic Clinic. Actually, I'm working for this industry almost 8 years. For my past experience, I used to working for the Estée Lauder company before, and I also have the working experience working for the luxury industry as well. So right now, my clinic is located in the CBD area, which we perform the non-surgical, non-invasive surgical, and we also offer the high advanced technology for the laser treatment and the beauty treatment as well.
Fantastic. And so what was your sort of motivation or inspiration for starting Lumiere Beauty Clinic?
Actually, 5 years ago, I have the chance to enter this industry. So I'm as the practice manager working for in the really big franchising brand, which is really famous in the Hong Kong and China. In the meantime, I worked in there almost 1 year. I found out the challenging and the difficult things because we have the different culture, we have the different, the style to managing the team. So I realized the Australian have really good, the medical environment. We also have a really good trained, the staff, but we don't have, the good, the chain, sort of the chain, like the owner or the manager can understand this model. Sure. So that after 1 year, I started think about it. I started my own business.
Oh, yeah. Great! And as Huyen mentioned, you've been very successful with your business. It's been in practice for 3 years now, and growing quite well. So, can you tell us a little bit more about how it's been growing over those last 3 years?
We grew up, actually it's quite fast. We served over, we achieved the goal, served over the thousands the patient to helping them to remove the airbag, doing the lipo. We each month the visits number over the thousands each month. Yes.
Right. Great. Well, fantastic.
Now, obviously, we know that you are a very successful businesswoman, and I myself, I'm a businesswoman as well, but I have extreme admiration and respect for you, because you running a medical clinic, which is very complex. How can you do that? How comfortable are you with running a medical cosmetic surgery clinic?
Basically, for my past working experience, I as the practice manager managing my previous clinic, I found out the best way to do the business is to let professional people doing the professional things. Like the doctor, just look after the medical side. If I'm the good at for the managing director, managing the business, I'm just doing the way like the managing the business. So basically, each person have their each role. So that's helping the the group up business all together.
Wow,
I
okay.
think that's fantastic advice, or finding the right people.
Yes,
and
finding
let
the right people.
And let them do what they're good at doing.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, do you have any coaches or professional consultants along the way to help you manage a medical cosmetic surgery clinic?
Yeah, basically our clinic separated with the 5 different, the department. We do have the professional consultant. We do have the beauty team. We also have the professional nurse and the doctor team as well. We also have the customer service team as well. We also have our marketing team for look after, the marketing things as well. So we separated 5 different, the department to managing the whole clinic.
Okay. So have you ever seek for any additional external consultant to come in to help you, with the organization, operation of a medical clinic?
I do have a really good, I'm quite lucky. I find a really good doctor, which is Dr. Sam. He's our exclusive chef of the medical side. So normally, I'm not in charge of the medical side. All the medical professional advice from him. So it's all the procedure and the steps all have to be approved by him. So yeah.
Okay.
So we just helping them to achieve the certification for the client. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, along your journey running this clinic, are there many pivotal moments, I call it, either success or challenges that you have to face with, or you like to share with our audience today?
Yeah, sure. At the beginning, we do have the conflict with the medical team, with our team, because in Australian model, normally the patient enter the clinic looking for the doctor. They are prescribed thinking they want to get the consultation with the doctor directly, but we found out that basically the doctor doing the 45 minutes consultation or even the 1 hour consultation, they are barely to know their patient. They don't know their lifestyle, they don't know their truly wants, they even don't know their budgets and the lifestyle. So that's our, we're training our professional consultant, give them the proper, the consultation, sometimes even 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
So we just when the patient going to the doctor, we just brief, the main point to the doctor, then get the better idea for the doctor what the patient is saying.
Wow, very professional. That's actually a very critical part of the sales process that I think there's a lot of clinics are missing, because they don't have this, what I call is qualifying patient process, where the reception team or the patient coordinator team, filter the patient and talk to patient to see if they're the right fit for the clinics before introduce them to the doctor for the initial consultation. So this team actually doing a lot of legwork in terms of filtering and qualifying prospect and making sure that they're the right fit for your clinic before introducing the doctor and using the doctor time. So that's a very efficient way that you set up for your system, in terms of sales process. Yeah. So in terms of now you said that you've got over 1,000 patients. That's an incredible number that lots of our audience who love to have for their clinic. And I'm just wondering what techniques have you used to find these new patients? We try a lot of the traditional way, like newspaper before. We also try the online marketing. We find that like the Google ads, Instagram or Facebook. But luckily I find the online marketing for the doctors. That is a really professional way to helping the clinic. I usually find another online marketing company. They are only prospective for grow for the brand, but basically they don't know how they running how the clinic is running. Right. So that's sometimes we cost them the high run the keywords or sort of the thing. So sort of wasting money as well.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So which has been more successful for you? So obviously there's multiple channels like Facebook, Instagram, influencer marketing, and we're doing some Chinese marketing for you as well. So have you tracked the performance of each channels, and have you found which channel has been actually most successful for you? You see, like a good traction from that?
I think all the social media is going to be fine because we have plenty of the patients. They are willing to share the before and after photo. So once we get approval from the patient, we post that on the Inst or the Facebook. That's let other patients can see all the directly what's the before and after photo. So it's quite helpful.
Yeah, okay. So is there any trial and errors that you noticed from your marketing activity whenever since you started, or even from your career that you notice that you you see that and you fix that, and you would like to share with our audience today?
Like I said, if you pick, I just let the professional, the right person doing the right things.
Job, yeah.
Because for all the business owner, normally they are not a good marketing person.
Okay.
So just to find the professional person that doing the right thing, gonna be good.
Right.
Yeah, save the time and save the money.
Right.
Yeah, I usually, I pay the 20,000 for the traditional magazine kind of like that, but no one reads the magazine anymore.
Yeah, sure.
So if I put that's the sort of the budget and put into the online marketing, or sort of we can achieve more.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely, very good point. Yeah, so that's something we've been telling our audience a lot about. The benefits of digital marketing is that actually you can track the performance. You know how many inquiries coming through and how many of them actually have been converted to actual patients. With traditional marketing, it's hard to track unless you have a dedicated phone number. You put on that a piece of, like a newspaper, and that's how you can track. But it's hard to tell, and people nowadays spend a lot of time online, and that's where people hanging out. So coming back to the basic question in marketing, we need to know who is our target audience, where they're hanging out, and how to attract them to the clinic. So that's 3 basic questions, and it seems like you're nailing it very well.
Lucky have you guys.
Well, and I think you, as we talked about earlier, you raised a point about finding the right people and putting the right skills in the right spots. But you also touched on just now that idea that if you don't have the skills for it, don't do it. Find the person who has that skills. And I think that's important because a lot of people will try to do things that they're not qualified to do, and that can lead to maybe potentially bad results.
That's true. That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you've got obviously a lot of work on your plate. You have a lot of patients showing up at your door, and you must be working quite a lot of hours here. How do you juggle sort of a work-life balance?
When I, especially for the women, when they start the business, normally they are work harder than the men. I think I'm thinking.
Very true.
Yeah, so at the beginning, I almost working 7 days a week. But at the beginning, I'm not suggesting everyone doing that. So, but I'm really passionate for this industry. So that's why I'm willing to spend more than my hours to putting my business. But right now, luckily I find my team is really good. The team, the doctor and the manager can help me to look after the clinic right now. So I finally had a day off for the weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
great.
really
After
good.
3 years, amazing. Yeah, because ourselves we started our business around I think 9 years ago, and I didn't remember having really a time off for the weekend for the first few years, and now we have really good team members in place and actually having a little bit of work life here, right? Because it's not all about working, and you need to enjoy a little bit to balance out and to have some sort of creative space, in your mind to come up with the bigger ideas for your business.
And I mean, you mentioned that yes, you are taking some time now for yourself. How was that, taking time for yourself? Did you find that you could step away from the business, or were you always checking your phone to see what's going on at the clinic?
Yeah, still checking the phone, but sometimes I got the day off. I went to the other clinic.
All right.
Great idea.
Yeah, enjoy the facial, other stuff, seeing how they are doing their business.
Sure. Checking out the competitors.
Yeah.
Right. Very funny.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good point, because sometimes business owner got complacent and don't know what's going on in a competitive space, and they think that they're doing the best, but they don't know that their competitors are changing so much. They're adding new machines, equipments, and they have new ways of advertising. So I think that's a very clever way that you're doing by visiting your competitor to see how they're doing. And I think that's a good lesson for our listener today to, do your competitive analysis on like weekly basis, like Christy does, right?
Right now, my face is on the blacklist now.
Everyone knows you. So, well, is there any sort of quirky fact or a little bit of trivia about you that you wouldn't mind sharing with the OMD audience? Something that we may not know about you?
Yeah, actually, I have a really weird habit, just reading, all the skincare products ingredients.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of that, or
Right.
even the warranty paper, kind of like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So what inspired you to read through all that?
Because I usually, from my past experience, one of my clients asked me about it, because normally we talking about the results. Then the patient suddenly asking me, so what kind of ingredient effect I caused this result?
Yeah.
I found out that because as the professional, you never say I don't know to your client.
Yeah.
So in that time, I started the habits to reading yeah.
Interesting. I think that's very good to be that informed about the products and material that you're working with. I think that's a very valuable sort of amount of knowledge to have to be able to give to your patients. That sounds great. We're coming near the end of our interview here. Is there any sort of final words of advice or pearls of wisdom that you could share with our audience about growing a business, growing the clinic, something that maybe you've experienced that you wish you knew someone had told you before?
I think you have to find the work is you really like it. You have the passion to do for the work. Yeah. Lots of people thinking, this is anesthetic industry going to be easy. We just bought a machine, we just hiring the doctor and the professional going to be do the job straight away. But actually, it's not that easy. If you don't have any passion, you don't have any the knowledge, give you the base on running the business, you're going to be suffering. So my advice for my experience, probably just working for the passion.
And I think that's beautiful advice. I love that. I would agree with that completely. You need to, if you're going to be working on something 7 days a week,
you gotta love that.
You better love it, or else why would you do it?
Yeah. Wow. It's very insightful, Christy. I would really appreciate your insight and your knowledge and what you share with our audience today. And thank you very much for making your way all the way from Sydney CBD to our clinic today on Friday afternoon, where you're supposed to have a little bit relaxing time with your staff in the clinic. And Stephen, do you have any final message to our audience today?
Yes. Obviously we hope that you enjoyed our discussion with Christy today. And if you'd like to learn more about driving more traffic and ideal patients to your sales funnels and targeted messages, then I would suggest that you attend our webinar, The 3 Must-Use Strategies to Generate New Patients and Referrals on Autopilot. You're spending just 1 hour with us in this webinar will help you to master the fine art of driving more traffic to your clinic and ensure that you are successfully generating all the business traffic that you can, not simply because you built it, but because you're driving the right people to it. I'll leave the link to the webinar in the show notes below, and we look forward to seeing you there. But for now, we would just like to thank Christy one more time for joining us on the OMD TV show today.
Yeah. For those of you interested in being the guest of our show, feel free to reach out to our team and we'll organize an interview via Zoom or Skype, or you can come over to our beautiful studio here in Sydney and we can have a wonderful interview with you. And thank you very much for listening today, and we look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye for now.